welcome to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the game changer, Wes Troop. And with me tonight are Dominic and John, as always, and also our special guest who's back for another episode, Jarod from the We Like Wrestling podcast.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going tonight?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Good. That's my favorite wrestling podcast, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, John is also on that, if you didn't.
Every week.
Yeah.
Oh, remember, it's just my podcast.
Just Jarod. This is my YouTube show.
Yeah.
He's slowly taking over both of our shows. So. Yeah. This is the show where each week one of us picks a different song, playlist, CD, whatever to have the others listen to. And this time, Jarod wanted to join us and give us another album to listen to. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you picked?
So in case you don't remember, last time I picked Ice Nine Kills, and that didn't go over well with.
How can we forget? We're still reviewing it.
So I tried to pick something a little more fan friendly for the show. So the band is called Broken Love, without the O and the E in Broken, just BRKN Love. So what happened, I listened to Pandora, and I usually put on like today's hard rock or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's how I get into these new bands, and that's how I came across Broken Love. I heard it and I was like, okay, this is kind of mellow compared to what I usually listen to, but it has a good groove to it. Gonna be honest, it's been a while since I listened to the album because I listened to it when we first were talking about this, but so in my opinion, it kind of sounds like Black Keys a little bit. They have influences from Led Zeppelin, Soundgarden, and Royal Blood.
You know, I was thinking when I was listening to them, I heard some Soundgarden to them.
Yeah, I don't really hear any Zeppelin, but
every hard rock band is influenced by Zeppelin. I mean,
but I mean, like, what's that other band? Greta Van Fleet. Like, you can tell. Like, but did we see Royal Blood, or was that?
I think so.
Was that with Fozzy, or were they called, or was that another band?
That was Royal Bliss.
Okay.
Close.
I know a couple songs by Royal Blood as well. But the Broken Love is like, it came on the car and I was just tapping my foot. Like it has a good groove to it. Like it's not too heavy. It's, you can just dance whenever, and I kind of enjoy that. It's a nice break from the heavy screaming and, I think that album was pretty all right. To me, though, I think the songs started to sound the same. So the lead singer and lead guitarist, what's his name? Justin Benlalo. He's from Toronto. He moved to LA, and that's when Broken Love started to become a thing. He dropped out of school at 16 to pursue his music career.
Oh, wow.
We've probably heard dozens of times. Their debut album, or I should say their debut single called Shot Down, came out in 2019. So they're only a couple years old. I believe that album that we listened to is probably their only album so far.
So what I found.
Yeah, I didn't find anything else on Apple.
The deluxe one with like 15 songs.
Did you guys listen to the singles as well, or just the album?
It's the album I listened to.
Album, yeah.
The singles are really good. They have 2 singles, and they're probably my favorite songs. But yeah, I enjoy it. Like if that comes on at a bar or something, I'll tap my foot. I'd probably go see them. Maybe not as a headliner, but overall, I think they're pretty good at what they do. Again, I kind of hear Soundgarden and Royal Blood. So, what did you guys think of that?
I'll tell you, Jarod, I enjoyed this album. I really did.
Good.
I thought I like, for me, I said it had a very, I caught a lot of Soundgarden in them. You know, maybe not as hard as Soundgarden, but a very similar flow. You know, and I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I got into it right from the first song, and I liked it. I can't say really anything bad about it, and I downloaded the album, and normally a lot of times if I don't like it, I'll just delete it. No, but I saved it and I added a couple songs onto one of my playlists. So
cool.
Yeah,
I had you in mind when I picked this band.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Pretty sure when they mentioned that I was going to be on again, you probably like, oh. I think I had like 2 or 3 bands, and I picked this one.
Yeah,
just because they're relatively new.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
I forgot we have like 4 different decades here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I'm always the young one.
So yeah, I have never heard of this band, and Jarod has turned me on to a lot of new bands. So
I got you onto I Prevail. And
yeah, Beartooth. A lot of these new bands that I like from you.
I never heard of Beartooth.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, he always played like Nickelback, Three Doors Down.
Don't tell people that.
So
oh God, are you about to get some shit?
So
great.
When I put him on to I Prevail, I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of heavy, but I'm glad he liked it. We saw them twice. So I'm hoping to keep that trend going with introducing you to music for once.
Yeah, but I'm not
he introduced I Prevail to me and Dominic through this show. That was our first episode of music review.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, I know some people who are like, if it's metal, they just listen to it no matter what. But I'm not like that. Like, it has to catch my ear.
Right.
It's got to hit me a certain way, no matter what genre it is, for it to work for me.
Right.
These guys I like. The first few songs are sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
Not bad, but sort of like heavy, then it's slow, then it's sort of hard rock, then it's kind of alternative, and then it's.
So they're technically labeled as an alternative rock band.
Yeah, they were sort of like most young bands, they kind of haven't found their thing yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're probably testing the waters with
still sort of playing around with styles and see what they get.
Songs. Yeah.
I think 11 onwards is the best part of this album. From In Your Hands, Buried, Crush, River, Bleeding, all of those. That's the second half of this album is my favorite.
Crush is my favorite song from the album.
Start at 11 and go on. I listened to that part twice. The first 10 just, but yeah, they sort of found their groove from there on out. That I like. That stuff I like. The heavier stuff.
Yeah,
Singer's not the greatest.
Yeah,
he sort of is the weak part of the band, I think.
I didn't mind him.
I don't think his voice is terrible.
Not terrible. It's just not great or memorable.
I think
I hear Robert Plant. I know it's Robert Plant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, this guy's voice, he sounds like 100 of these other singers that sound like that. I mean, they're all. He could be the singer of 3 Days Grace. How would we know? It's the same kind of guy.
No, I can tell.
It's this style of music. It's not him personally. It's just.
So their singles are called Like a Drug and Dead Weight. And I believe River is one. But Dead Weight is probably their heaviest song, but it's still not like Ice Nine Kills heavy, but I'm pretty sure I said this before, but normally the first time I hear a new song, kind of get the feel for it. And then after the third time or so, I'll listen to the lyrics. I enjoy that you can tell he's trying to get a story, you know?
So, I think it's nice to hear actual bands making actual rock music in today's world, or in today's music world. There's very little out there that gets airplay on like actual like pop radio. I can't even think of like Fall Out Boy is like the only thing I can think of that gets like mainstream on like pop, top 40 stuff.
At this point though, I wouldn't even consider them rock.
Yeah.
They're technically alternative, I guess, but
yeah.
Maroon 5.
Yeah,
yeah, but weren't they like up for like a Grammy for like best hard rock one year? Maroon 5 moves like Jagger.
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, their songs are kind of like all slow though. Maybe those the ones that make the radio, but so this singer, it was funny that you said about the singer. He kind of reminded me a little bit of Daughtry, I heard.
I can see that.
Yeah, one of your favorites, John.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, this singer sounds like everybody else. I'm like, it sounds like Daughtry to me.
Yeah, it does. That whole style of music is all the same. They all kind of sound the
same. And so this is funny because I just listened to the regular version that stops at track 11, which is where you said you thought that it sounded like they got their groove. So I have like more of the first half, and I actually thought the first half was stronger than the second half. But I thought the second half was good too. Like Jarod said, it does kind of start to sound the same after a while, but I feel like that could be a lot of different, like once you listen to albums straight through, they might start to sound like that, but I agree with that.
And I mean, even though they sound the same after a while, you can still tell they're kind of testing like different styles of drums, different guitar riffs,
Yeah.
It just all has the same feel. It's all that, basic foot kick and, it's not always bad. But I'm sure, like I said, they're probably testing what they like, what fans will like.
Mm-hmm. So, like what kind of style they should go with, like what might get them radio play and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the songs have a good length. They don't overstay their welcome. Like it was like the album I listened to was like 38 minutes, so it was pretty quick. And I thought it was a good debut album, really. I liked I Can't Lie. I thought that was a great open. Oh, there goes John. I'll keep going though. I thought that was a great opener. Kind of had a 90s vibe to it, which is right up my alley. I See Red I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Shot Down, I guess, was the single.
That was their debut single.
The debut single. Yeah, I thought that I liked that. Had some great guitar riffs. Flies in the Honey, I thought was good. That was a little heavier.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that had 90s vibes definitely to that one. It reminded me of like Flies in the Vaseline. When I saw the name of that, I'm like, interesting. Oxygen I liked for a slower song.
Yeah.
And Paper Cuts was a little more upbeat. So that's pretty much what I have there. That I enjoyed it.
Let's rate this pig. I liked it. I'm keeping it on my playlists and stuff like that. I give it an 8.
Nice.
Honestly, I can't remember the songs. Like I said, I listened to it when we first were talking about this. I kind of get the rough idea of how they sound and everything, but I'd say probably I'd give it a 6 for now.
Wow.
Like I don't hate it, but it's not one that I would just listen to over and over.
Right.
Maybe their second album will be better.
Yeah.
I enjoy their singles more. So
yeah, I'll have to listen to this. To those. I just sort of went off of those 11 songs, but I enjoyed them. I would say that let's see. I'll probably go with a 7 for what I listen to, but I'll listen to the other songs as well and check them out because I did enjoy the ones that I heard. So
like I said, I don't always listen to like I Prevail or Ice Nine Kills. But
right. Yeah.
this is a nice break if I want,
Mhm.
because I'll be in moods, like different moods for music. Like I'll put rap on one day.
Yeah.
I'll put, Daughtry,
Mhm.
This is
Oh
a
yeah,
nice break.
I have like a little bit of everything on my playlists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their singles came out in 21 and 22.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm sure they're
Wow.
starting to find their rhythm. But yeah, I don't hate it, and I feel bad for giving it a 6 when I came up with this band for the show. But
It happens.
I feel like anything below 6 is just bad. Jesus.
You can give your rating.
Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna give it a 7. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I'm anxious to see where they go from here. Their next ones I think will be better.
I give it a 6. And I feel bad because I came up with this episode, but I definitely recommend checking out their singles. I feel like their singles are definitely their best songs, because they are newer, 21 and 22. So I feel like they're starting to actually get their rhythm now.
Yeah, they're a young band. Let's see where they go. A lot of bands' first albums aren't that great, and they get better. So.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny. I picked Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band's Live Bullet.
The classic live album.
Great.
Never heard of them.
But you guys got like 2 or 3 minutes left. You better wrap this up.
Yeah. Well, Jarod, you want to talk a little bit about where they can find the podcast?
So my wrestling podcast. No, I'm kidding. We Like Wrestling podcast. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Every Friday, Saturday, I try to upload it. Obviously, if somebody here cuts out, then there's more editing, so it takes longer. We're wrestling fans talking about wrestling. It's nothing like Bruce Pritchard, where it's facts or, it's just like friends sitting at a bar. Oh my God, did you see that? Giving our reviews. Real quick plug, not from me, but Legends of Hamburg Fan Fest. Wes will be lucky enough to join us for this one. July 23rd in Hamburg, Pennsylvania at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. Tons of people to meet, including the acclaimed Dark Order, Booker T, Mr. Anderson, Paul Roma, Earl Hebner, so many more. Go follow them on Facebook at Legends of Hamburg Fan Fest. You can get combo passes available for the convention and Outbreak Wrestling. That's all day Saturday. Starts at 11 a.m. Convention goes till 4, and then the show starts at 7. So we're in for a fun weekend of wrestling. I'm glad you'll be able to join us, Wes.
Me too.
We haven't been able to do something like that in a while. So yeah, every week look for We Like Wrestling podcast on YouTube. Again, thank you for having me on. This was a
pleasure. Anytime. Yeah.
Let me know when you're in a funk, and I'll try to think of a band.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Thank you.
And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTrueBaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, and Letterboxd at Wes A-List. Until next time, Troop out.